here I am, sitting outside, thinking about doing another podcast. I listed a lot of different topics that I might talk about. One of them was the Marine Corps. Yep, I volunteered to be in the Marine Corps back in about 1966, I guess it was. I went to MCRD. I remember falling in on the yellow footprints at 2 a.m. We got off that bus, fell in on the footprints, and they screamed and hollered at us and marched us inside to receiving, and we dumped out our supplies. I didn't take anything. I knew not to take anything, just my orders. All these other idiots had suitcases and duffel bags and all kinds of garbage. I don't know why you couldn't take anything in there. And we got our haircut. Oh boy, that haircut was like 10 seconds and it was over. I was bald. And my scalp pretty well cut up, a little bit bloody. That lasted for a few days. Remember when we got our pictures taken, our dress blues? I thought that was a big deal. No, they set you down on this chair. This guy comes up to you and slams a dress blue front frock on and puts a hat on your head. And the drill instructor standard, if you smile, I will deck you. So we were pretty much scared to death. I don't think I'd had a good shave that day. Boot camp. It's kind of funny. Those of you that grew up watching Gomer Pyle, I had a tall man from Arkansas up in the hills. I mean, he was a hill William, and his name was Gomer Pyle. He was a real doofus. The first week, the very first week, he talked another guy into pretending that he had propositioned him in the head, the restroom, wanted to have a sexual act with him. Well, that didn't fly. He didn't get off. Remember the guy that stood behind me, was a little short guy, face all pockmarked and everything. I never had anything bad to say against the guy, but he had been ordered into the Marine Corps. He had committed some kind of serious legal offense, and the judge told him, you either go to prison or you go in the Marine Corps, and he chose the Marine Corps. I think there was only 2 of us that volunteered at all. The rest were draftees. The other guy volunteered 3 years. Not me. No. I wanted my full 4-year term. I wanted all of it. And years later, when everybody was getting out, I never could gripe at myself for doing it because I chose it. Yep, just let me get out here, and they start driving by. Marine Corps. Probably one of the proudest things I ever accomplished in my life was to go in the Marine Corps and succeed my 4 years and then my 2 years in reserves. Had some good times, had some bad times. I guess I'll probably talk about some of those times as I do some of these podcasts. Other subject I might talk about, I don't know, about my time in college, university. How about my time teaching college? They asked me to teach developmental English at the local community college, primarily to students who were Mexican or Hispanic who just couldn't write well enough to get into regular college classes that needed remedial studies. And then also I got most of the jocks that came from Haiti, Jamaica, Tobago, Africa. They barely spoke any English. I had to deal with them. And whereas most of the teachers hated teaching the developmental students, I loved it. I went into the class, I started on time, I finished on time. And my rule was the first time the chair of the department comes up to me and tells me to do this or do that, that's the day I'll hand him the keys, turn around and walk out. And I think my wife told him that, and he never bothered me. I remember one day he came into my class over in the main building, and he was wearing a straw, what do you call them, Panama hat. And my student jumped on him real fast. Said, you better get that hat off your head. And he said, why is that? Mr. Carley don't allow any hats in his classrooms at all. He reached up there and grabbed it and took it off real fast. I thought that was kind of funny. No, I didn't allow hats, ball caps, or women to wear toboggans in my class. If it's good enough for the boys to take theirs off, the girls had to take theirs off too. But Mr. Carley, my hair, I don't care about your hair. Just get it off your head. It's a matter of respect. Oh, I miss those days, but I wouldn't want to be teaching college now with all the COVID that's going on and all the new changes they've made to the curriculum. I got out of there just in time. Well, let's close this out. I've got enough to play with on the Audacity. Thanks for listening. If you enjoy podcasts, how about posting something under the comments to let me know? I'm thinking seriously about continuing this along with the archery shots.